no interviews, you need to fix your CV, because your CV remains the highest marketing tool in the job market. Welcome. This training is brought to you by Soluma Career Success Hub, a subsidiary of Soluma Institute of Tech and Management. Welcome once again. My name is Franklin, management consultant. I'm a seasoned data analyst, a recruitment consultant. Welcome to tonight's section. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see my screen. You are welcome for tonight's section. Let me know at how you can write a winning CV. A CV that gets you job interview calls. A CV that brings and enables that job interview. Your CV is a marketing document, is that document that breaks you before interviewers, is that document that goes where you cannot go. It can access where you find it difficult to access, and then it's also a document that sells. It's not just selling your skills, it's not just selling your achievement, it's also that sells your personality. All right. Can we hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, since my network is having a bit of challenge. Let me know if you can hear me. I'm having a bit of network glitch. Here. I'm trying to see how best to fix it. Yankiruka is not active currently. Is a bit fluctuating. So let me know if you can hear me clearly now. If we are stable, let me know if we are stable. Drop in the charts if you are stable, if the network is stable currently. And those of us on this live, I want us to go to our various community, let them know we are live for this section this night. Only those that are live in this section are going to get my CV writing toolkit. Is a very powerful toolkit. It's not just only CV, there are different stuffs in it. So let's ensure that we go to the various community where we belong. Let them know we are live. We are about to start tonight's section. I'm Franklin. Welcome to tonight's section. Without further ado, due to the time, we are going to quickly go straight to what we have, and I'm going to quickly get into our slide and then begin to do justice to what we know how to do best. I want those of us on the live to confirm once again confirm once again. If you can hear me, if you can see my screen, I think we are stable now. Confirm if you can hear me, if you can see my screen, much appreciated, so that we go straight to what we have. Tonight we are looking at how to write a winning CV, how to write that CV that gets you that job interview call, how to fix your no interviews. You have sent multiple CVs, you have forwarded multiple CVs, no reply, or sometimes when you get a reply that we wish to inform you that you are not part of the interview, you are not this and that, or they just ghost your CV. Tonight we are going to be doing justice to all those flaws most of us has on our CV. Whether you are a fresh graduate, whether you are a working professional or a senior personnel in your company, your CV will go a long way to represent you. Your CV will go a long way to represent you. All right, my name is Franklin once again. Let's quickly delve in. Welcome to Professional CV Writing Masterclass. Today we will be looking at how to write a winning CV that gets you hired, that gets you interview call, that we impress every prospective employer, every prospective recruiter. That is what we are going to learn this night. And this is courtesy of Soluma Career Success Hub, which is alright, thank you, Nkuruka, which is a subsidiary of Soluma Institute of Tech and Management. This hub is specifically created for a purpose. To be able to help young minds, to help fresh graduates, to help fresh job seekers navigate their career path successfully. That is the main reason this hub is created. It's not for those who are already comfortable working, are okay with their jobs, are okay with their career. No, it's not for those persons. It's for those who are struggling to get jobs, to get hired, struggling to navigate their career path, or even don't even know how to define their career path, don't even know what career they are to face. There's some persons, some graduates, some core members, when you ask them, they don't even know what they want to do once they finish their course or once they finish their service. That is the also reason why this hub is created. Now, without wasting time, let's get to know about Soluma Career Success Hub. What about Soluma Career Success Hub? At the hub, what we focus on to mentor, equip, and empower young minds to achieve real career success and growth. That is our core aim. That is our core objective. To equip, to coach, to mentor, to guide young minds towards career success and growth. And we are not just a community, it's a movement. It's a movement we have started. Why is this movement big? Because every now and then I see young graduates, I come in contact with fresh graduates, core members, and I ask them, what is your career path? What do you want to do after service year? A lot of them end up giving me that confusing answer. Some will begin to beat around the bush, let me get home first, and that some will say, I don't even know, after service year, let me, whatever job that comes, I take. And that begins to worry me, and that begins to give me concern that after 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, as the case may be, in the university, in the higher institutions, polytechnics, college of education, someone still comes out and say, I don't even know what next after service year. I don't even know what next after graduation. That is what gave birth to Soluma Career Success Hub. It's for young minds, it's for fresh minds. It's where we mentor, guide freely. We guide everyone that wishes to learn. We mentor, coach everyone that wishes to be mentored and coached towards career success. It is my utmost goal to see that young graduates begin to navigate their career path early enough to be able to discover their career path and pursue it early enough. And what the community is all about is that in the community you are going to learn how to craft CVs, cover letters, pass job interviews, discover successful job strategies, strategies. I have been teaching this for years. I have been coaching persons for years towards job search, towards interviews, towards networking and access to job scholarship and grant opportunities. It's a hub where you don't just learn, you have access to job opportunities, access to scholarship. When we are talking about CV writing, it's not just only for job. CV for scholarship, CV for master's, CV for grants, CV for investment opportunities. These are things that we are going to be exposing the community members to. Also, we are going to be helping to build in them in-demand tech skills and career skills. There are in-demand tech skills, the AI, the data analytics, UI, UX, graphic design, video editing, software development, name them, and career skills. Strong career skills, strong certification courses are available in the hub. And finally, we are mostly importantly is to turn potentials, those who have the potentials in them to become great, into opportunities. That is what the hub is mainly for. That is why we establish the hub. This is the main reason we start this hub. It's not just to start a community. No, it's a community that strive for growth, confidence, and excellence. And I need to state this: if you are a member of the Career Success Hub, Soluma Career Success Hub, and you are not active, I'm very sorry. Very soon we are going to separate the chaff from the wheat. Those who are active, those who are eager, those who are passionate for success, for growth in their career path, we enter another group where we will be giving them tailored mentorship and coaching. So that's why we encourage every member to be active. Unless you don't want to navigate your career path successfully, one thing I guarantee is the ability to mentor you towards your success career growth. Our mission is to raise active community members who are passionate, committed, and ready. So if the community is for those who are passionate, committed, and ready. If you are passionate, if you are committed, if you are ready for growth, you are welcome. But if you are not ready, if you are not committed, if you are not passionate to navigate your career path, to navigate your career successfully, I will encourage you to leave the group. I will encourage you now to leave the group, to leave the community. And if you are hearing me now and you are not yet part of it, but you are passionate, you are committed and ready for growth and success, drop in the chat that you are ready to be part of us. Then we will reach out to you and you get added to the community. It's a community where we are intentional about growth. We are intentional about career success. So welcome to Soluma Career Hub. That's where potential meets purpose. And this is a bit about the Soluma Career Success Hub. It's a newly launched hub for fresh minds who are ready, committed, passionate for growth and success in their career path. All right, having gotten to this moment, if you are still with me, let me get your chart drop in the live chat. What do you want to get at the end of this live training? What do you want to get? What do you want to learn? What do you want to achieve at the end of this live training? All right, having talked a bit about Soluma Career Success Hub, let's quickly get to meet your facilitator for tonight. Some of you might not be meeting me for the first time, some are meeting me for the first time. My name is Mr. Franklin CN. The C stands for Chinedu, the N stands for Wanko. I'm a seasoned data analyst and a management consultant. I recruit for companies, I introduce, I review CVs, I review applications, participate in job interviews, even within and outside these states. Also, I'm a certified HR project manager, the business analyst, and what have you. I'm passionate about teaching, acting, and inspiring others. That is my passion. That is one of the reasons that gave birth to Soluma Career Success Hub, to inspire young minds, to coach, to mentor young minds towards career success, towards career success. That is the essence to which this hub is bettered, is out of passion, out of desire, out of hunger to see that young minds navigate their career path successfully. I don't want to sit in an interviews and I see fresh minds that are confused in what they want. I don't want to come across core members, fresh graduates, and when interact with them, they seems to not have a definite compass towards their career path. That is what gave birth to the hub, because it's my passion to teach, to act, and to inspire others. Moreover, I'm a devoted Christian. I love Jesus Christ, and also I'm married to the most beautiful woman on earth. I cherish faith, I cherish family and personal growth. And that is one of the anchor of Soluma Career Success Hub for those who are passionate for growth and success. This is a bit of the facilitator tonight. Welcome on board. Good to meet you. If I'm meeting you for the first time, good to come across to you. If you are still one of my friends and community members, I welcome you again. All right, let's quickly delve into the training objective. What is the objective of tonight's training? What are the key objectives? We have that we need to achieve at the end of the session tonight. By the end of this training, every participant, everyone will be able to first understand what a CV truly represents in today's job market. It's not what a CV is 10 years ago, it's not what it is in today's market. What a CV is 20 years ago is not what it is in today's market. Secondly, to identify key components of a professional CV. Key components of a professional CV. That is the second. The third is avoid common CV mistakes that cause job seekers interview. Avoid common CV mistakes that cause job seekers interview. Then fourthly, to tailor your CVs to a specific job roles or industries. Every industry has their language. Every job role has its language. We are going to learn how to tailor every CV to a specific job role. All right, to design visually appealing ATS-friendly CV. Why? Because in the modern market, most companies screen CV these days using a software, using an AI-generated software called ATS, Applicant Tracking System. So you design a CV that is ATS-friendly and at the same time human-friendly. A CV that is ATS-friendly at the same time human-friendly. If you are just joining us, this is CV Writing Masterclass. In today's section, you are going to learn how to write a winning CV that gets you interview call, that gets you hired. And if you are part of Soluma Career Success Hub community, rush to the community, tell everybody we are live. Tag them, tell everyone in that community we are live. All right. Then the last one is to write a powerful personal statement or professional summary and bullet points that says achievement, not duties. Most of us will be, when we write our CVs, we write, I did this, I performed this and that. It's not what 21st century CV is all about. It's not what today's CV is all about. All right, that is the key objectives of today's CV. Now, let's get into the stuff proper. Let's get into the stuff proper. If you are with me, drop in the comments. Let me know what you are seeing right there on your screen. I want to be sure that we are all on the same page. I want to be sure that we are all on the same page. What can you see right there on your screen? Let me know what you can see right there on your screen. Let me know what you can see right there on your screen. Drop in the chat, what can you see right there on your screen? Let me know so that we are on the same page. So that I know that we are on the same page. What can you see right there on your screen to know we are on the same page? I'm there in the chat. Let me know what you can see. If you are with me, let me know what you can see right there on your screen before I proceed. I'm waiting for us. If you are with me here, drop in the live chat. What can you see right there on your screen? So that I will know we are on the same page, because we are about to delve into the main deal. Since I'm having a bit of network glitch. Please confirm my audibility once again. Confirm my audibility once again. I think we are back. All right. Okay. Understanding what a CV really is. What is a CV? What is a CV? And we are going to be going deeper, not just what a CV is, we are going to be getting to know some differences between a CV and a resume. Because one of the things we need to understand, today something happened, and I need to say that something happened. In the community, I didn't say that. I was watching to see if someone will be very, very attentive to instruction. When a company says submit a CV, go ahead and submit a CV. When they say submit resume, don't submit a CV as resume. Resume has its own uniqueness, and a CV as well has its own uniqueness. I remember in the community, I said in the community that anyone that we send his or her CV, the first person to send his or her CV in a doc file. I was specific about it, in a doc file. Anyone who is going, the first person to send his or her CV in a doc file, I will stand a chance of me using his or her CV as the live demo for today's section. And the persons that sent PDF. I was specific, dot file, the person sent PDF. So why am I using this analogy now? Please, if a company says send a CV, send CV, they say forward your resume, edit your CV to a resume standard, to a resume format, and send. Follow instruction. Be attentive to instruction. One of the things you must be able to do in your job search is to read advert or to read job search or to read job description with the ability to understand. Read it attentively. Don't just read as if you already know what they are talking about. Read it intentionally. So what's a CV? What is a CV? We are going to be getting to know what a CV is, what a resume is, and then what we call professional summary, what a summary is all about. So here, what's a CV? What do we call a CV? A CV is a short form we refer to as curriculum vitae. In Latin word is just course of life. I know why I wrote this down in a simpler term like this, so that those of us joining fresh graduates, young minds should be able to understand. In a Latin, it simply means course of life. This curriculum vitae, in Latin word, it simply means course of life, where you have a comprehensive document, a comprehensive detail that outlines, that shows your educational background, your professional experience, skills, achievements, etc. Your personality, your leadership achievements. That's where the personality and leadership and what have you. So a CV is a comprehensive document. The key word of a CV is that it's a comprehensive document. It's a detailed explanation about you comprehensively. Is a detailed explanation about you that is comprehensive. When we say comprehensive, that's from A to Z. That's what a CV is. And when we talk about it, it serves as your personal marketing tool. It's not something that shows your biography, that you read your biography. No. You prepare it as a marketing tool. Don't see your CV as one thing you just have to send, let them know. And no. You prepare it as a marketing stuff. Marketing, in one of the times I've been mentoring my students, I've been mentoring my audiences and my students in my mentorship. I tell them that every CV needs to have a purpose. Anytime you are sending a CV out, what purpose? A marketing document has a purpose. Which audience does that market, or which audience is that marketing document speaking to? So your CV is not speaking to everybody. That's why in job search, you are not supposed to be looking for any job that comes. You need to have a focus. You need to have a kind of focus where you are looking for the kind of job you are looking for, the kind of career you want to forge into, and that will help you to be able to look for job with utmost clarity. So when you walk into interview room, interviewers will look at you and know, yes, this person has a clarity of what he wants. This person has a goal. This person already outlined what he or she wants. Not just someone who is looking for anything goes. So your CV is your personal marketing tool. It showcases your qualification and value to potential employers, recruiters, or academic institutions. Whether you are applying for masters, whether you are applying for PhD, whether you are applying for grants, and what have you, contracts, and all that. Your CV is a marketing tool. It showcases your qualifications and your value. When we talk about your value here, we are talking about your knowledge, your skills, and your attribute or attitude. Your knowledge, your skills, and your attitude. That is what makes up your value. So qualification, on the other hand, is your certifications, your degree, your professional certifications, and what have you. And then your value is what you are bringing into the table. And in today's job market, value is speaking louder than qualifications. I repeat, in today's job market, value is speaking so much louder than qualifications. You can have 100 qualifications and someone with just one qualification and high value gets employed more than you. So your CV should showcase, should create a balance. I have qualification, at the same time I'm bringing enough value to the table. That's what a CV is. Now, having established that, let's look at what a resume is. Please understand that I said a CV in a nutshell is a comprehensive document. If you are asked to summarize a CV in a nutshell, it's a comprehensive document. Then we move to what a resume is. What's a resume? A resume, I remember years back when I was teaching this, I wrote this on the board, and one of my students, then years back, what I'm talking about is 2016, close to 10 years ago. Then I wrote this resume, and one of my students, a core member then, call it resume, and says, "Sir, what are you writing? We are already in class. Why are you resuming?" And we laugh over it. I make it a funny stuff which doesn't hurt the ego of the student, because one thing we HR are being trained to master is not to hurt egos of prospective applicants, interviewees, or even our staff. You don't hurt their ego. You make sure they work confidently and then happily. So I make a joke of it. However, this is not resume. It's a French word. It's called resume. Now, a resume is brief, a targeted summary. A CV is a comprehensive document. A resume is a summarized document. A CV is a comprehensive document. A resume is a summarized document. So when we talk about a CV, it's a comprehensive document. It details all your life achievement, all your life endeavor, all your career in achievement, career path, and all that. But a resume is summarized and targeted. So when a company says send a resume, they don't want too many other stuff. They want you to focus on your work experience, skills, and qualifications. When a company says forward your resume to this email or so, they are certain they don't want extra stuffs. They don't want extra fillers. They just want you to narrow narrow the document down to your skills, work experience, and qualifications. Other stuff like maybe let's say other stuff like your membership, you are a member of so this, other stuff like awards you receive, those things doesn't count, or your leadership experiences, those stuff doesn't count. You just narrow your document down to your skills, work experience, and qualifications. So a resume is a brief targeted summary of your skills, work experience, and qualification. Summary here also you are, because you are writing work experience, you are not going to be writing a lot of stuff. You summarize it, make it detailed, summary, and then that are most relevant to a specific job. This is one thing that separates a CV from a resume. A resume is the stuff that are relevant to that specific job you are applying for. For example, you are applying for a company that says send a resume and it's a marketing job, and you have worked as a teacher, you taught in school. That's as it is not relevant to that job. Yes, we know that some experiences are transferable. Your ability to teach also makes you able to face people, ability to communicate and all that. Yes, but as it is, they said resume, send your relevant work experience. So if you have worked as a marketing personnel, those are experiences that count. So, but when a company says send a CV, if you have worked as a teacher, you also include that work experience in your CV. However, when you are writing your achievements, you tailor it in such a way that it suits the job you are applying for. You tailor that achievement in such a way it shows your ability to perform in what you are applying for. I remember I was talking to my community and the community I belong. I said, when you go for job interview, discover your David and Goliath, discover your David and Goliath beer. Discover as a David, discover your beer, discover your lion story. David told Saul, while I was keeping my father's sheep, a lion came. To take one of I pursued and killed it. A bear came, I killed it. Who is this uncircumcised Philistine? Now, what that is talking about, he's using non-conventional experience, non-conventional work experience to apply to the work in the army. Let's say that's what it is. He's applying to work in Saul's army, but he's a shepherd. He has been keeping his father's sheep. He hasn't gotten any military experience. He doesn't have any military strategy experience, how to wield armor, how to fight battles, but he has fought a lion, he has fought a bear while doing that shepherd activity. So he carved out that experience in order to successfully apply and get the job to work in Saul's army. So that is what a CV entails. A CV allows you to narrate your conventional experience into that job you are applying for. Whereas a resume wants you to be straightforward, what is mostly relevant to the specific job. All right. Now, having established that, we said it's typically one page. It's typically a one-page stuff, at most 2 pages, and focuses on showcasing your achievements, results, and skills that directly match the position you're applying for. I have been able to establish this, your CV and your resume. So when a company asks you, guys, when a company says, please send your CV, you know you are sending a comprehensive document. When they say forward a resume, you are sending that directly or mostly is relevant to the specific job. All right. Hope we are following. If you are following me up to this moment, drop in the chat I'm following. If you are following up to this moment, drop in the chat I'm following. Help me do that. Drop in the chat, say I'm following if you are following me up to this moment. All right, beautiful. Let's get it coming. That's what a resume is. Okay, now we now get to understand what is a summary. Now, professional summary. Before now, your CV, in your CV, you use career objective. That is CVs of 2000, 2010, 2005. You can use career objective. But in the recent aspects, in the recent job markets, we don't encourage career objective. We don't encourage career objective. I will let us know when you can use career objective, depending on the job description. When we go deeper into the anatomy of a professional CV, I will dwell much on that. However, your CVs, whether you are sending it to multinationals, to private establishments, to institutions, you are required to put in professional summary. And what is professional summary? Your professional summary is your sales speech. Is your sales speech. Please don't go and write I'm a graduate seeking to work in a dynamic environment where I will learn and grow my skills. That's very poor summary. That's a very weak summary. That's, in fact, it is a summary that when I see those summaries, I say this person doesn't even have anything to bring to the table. It's a summary that serves you poorly. So a professional summary is a short, impactful statement. It must create a positive impression. When a recruiter sees your CV and scan your professional summary, it should attract him to the extent of now reading further into your CV. The first 7 seconds, the first 7-10 seconds is very vital when your CV comes before any recruiter. The first 7 to 10 seconds is very vital, especially recruiters that don't have time. If it's recruiters, maybe they don't have too much of persons for some submitting CVs, they might have the time to cool down and go through your CVs. But if it's recruiter that have a lot of CVs on his desk too, he will check it within 7-10 seconds. So your professional summary should be short and impactful. It should speak a statement of who you are, what you do, what makes you valuable. Remember, I stated earlier that in today's job market, values is sells more than qualification. What makes you valuable? What you are bringing to the table? Who are you? What skill do you have? What qualification do you have? What do you do? Are you a digital marketer? That's why you need to carve out your career path. You don't just have to say, I'm a graduate of this. What do you do? What do you do? What can you say that this is what I'm good at? That's why you need to you need to learn, master, and hone a particular skill. Learn it that to extent that you become one of the best. If you want to go into data analysis, learn data analysis, become one of the best. If you want to go into HR, you want to carve out a career in HR, you master HR, master the skills, master the competencies around HR, so that when you go, you say, I'm a HR, I'm a human resource personnel, I'm a HR strategist, I'm a recruitment and talent acquisition and the recruitment strategies. You carve out a niche, carve out a name for yourself. As a starter, as a fresh graduate, you might not be like us that now have different portfolios. Start from one, build from one, and then on that you can begin to diversify. Don't begin to learn this. Choose a learning pattern that narrows down to you becoming very good at a particular aspect. You can say, I'm a digital marketer. So what are the skills that makes digital marketing? You need to learn SEO. You need to learn graphic designs. You need to learn video editing. You need to learn copywriting. These are skills. What are the skills that makes a HR? A HR need to learn recruitment, need to learn staff management, need to learn compensation, need to learn how administrations, need to learn data analysis. These are many more. What makes a HR? So it's not just learning HRM as a course. You need to learn the complementary skills that makes one to be successful practicing HR. I'm sharing powerful things this night. I'm sharing something very powerful this night. Those of us that are having challenges in our career path, this night we are going to have some diversions, some knowledge that after this section, you are going to do appraisal on yourself. You are going to appraise yourself and then begin to act rightly, because you need focus, you need clarity, and you need guidance in the job search market. All right, that's what a professional summary is. Now, it is your personal elevator pitch. Elevator pitch is what we call a short sales pitch. I always use this as an example. If you have been my student and those that have been my student for years, I always use this analogy as an example. Now, let's take for example, you are in an elevator and you have been looking for a way, you have been looking for a way to see Tony Elumelu, or you have been looking for a way to see Dangote. And you are in an elevator. Boom, the person that walks into the elevator is the man Aliko Dangote or Tony Elumelu, and you have been wanting to see him. You have been looking for a way to meet him, and you just have, within 2 minutes, you just have 30 seconds, you just have a minute, depending on the time you have on the elevator, to make a positive impression, to make a lasting impression on Dangote or Tony Elumelu, in order to an extent to schedule an appointment with you. That's an elevator pitch. Within a short period of time, you have been able to impress your recruiter. You have been able to impress your prospective employer in order to call you for an interview. That's what a professional summary does. In order to impress your recruiter, your prospective employer, in order to read more on your CV and then call you for an interview. To know that, yes, this person has something to offer. This person is someone that we can work with. This person is somebody we need. So it's something that in your professional summary, within 4 to 6 lines. Within 4 to 6 lines. Sometimes I stop at 4. Sometimes I stop at 4. If you're a fresh graduate, just 4 or 5 lines is okay. If you're experienced professional, 6 lines is okay. Now sometimes if I'm writing a CV of experienced professional of over 20 years in the profession, it might enter 7. But most times I stop at 6. 4 to 6 lines. That should be what your professional summary should be. Going forward, we will be seeing some samples of professional summaries. Those of you on this live call, drop your name, your location. After now, those of us that are live, you are going to get my professional CV writing career toolkit. Now is very powerful. Is in demand. Is a high demand career toolkit. Once you have it, whatever, and you can start a CV writing agency with it. You can write academic series. You can write CVs for NGOs. You can write a CV for someone who is applying for an NGO, multinationals, different sectors. The toolkit is loaded. It's only those on this live session, those I see their name, because I'm going to ask you, when you come to my DM, I'm going to ask you your name and your full name and your location. So with your full name and location, I will know that you're on this live session. So drop your name, your location, where you are joining us tonight. That much appreciated. And then I will also ask again. As we progress, I will be asking the question to know those who are following me. All right, that is for professional summary. We have been able to define what a CV is, what a resume is, and what professional summary is all about. Now let's get to look at difference between a CV and a resume. What are the differences between a CV and a resume? The first is CV is British oriented. Mostly CV is mostly used in the United Kingdom, British colonized countries. That's mostly where CVs are used, is most British oriented, mostly. Whereas resume is American oriented. We use resume in mostly American region, Canada, Asia countries and some part of Europe. Some part of Europe, and Germany uses résumé, Asia uses résumé, Canada, United States makes use of résumé mostly. But British countries, United Kingdom, British owned, British colonized countries makes use of CV. That explains the reason mostly why in Nigeria we make use of CV mostly than resume. All right, the next one is that your CV is usually 2 to 4 pages. It can be more than 4 pages. Maybe a professor writing his academic CV to a university, applying for a professorship route to another university, can have up to 6 pages, 8 pages, 10 pages. In fact, I have written a CV for a professor in OAU. I have written a CV for a professor in OAU. That CV got based on his research work, papers he has written, and all that. That CV, I think it's up to 11 or 12 pages. I mean 11 or 12 pages. I think so. That was years back. So a CV can be more than 4 depending, but professionally, those for work, for job CVs and that, mostly 2 to 4 pages. But a resume is usually 1 page, mostly at most 2 pages, maximum of 2 pages. The CV can be more than 2 pages. A CV can be more than 2 pages. All right. Then the next one is CV is mostly used for academic research, medical or job application. A CV is used for all this. You can use a CV to apply for academic work, academic scholarship, and all that, research, medical projects, or even job applications. Whereas a resume is mostly used for job applications because we don't write many things. It's mostly used for job application. All right. Okay. The next on the difference is that in CV includes education, work experience, publications, projects, award, leadership experience. Like those of you that are serving in NYSC or so, maybe you're a CDS president, you are a CDS coordinator, or you are in fellowship, let's say NCCF, you are a coordinator, you are president, or what have you. All those are included in CV. Professional affiliations, you are a member of CIPM, you are a member of ICANN, you are a member of so body, you are a chartered member of that. Those are included in a CV. Whereas in a resume, it focuses, like I have explained, it focuses only on relevant achievements, skills, and experiences related to the specific job. All right, then we look at this in a summarized aspect. The main essence, the major difference which I have established on this call is that a CV is very comprehensive, whereas a resume is targeted and summarized. All right, now having established that, we move to the purpose of a CV. When a purpose of a thing is not defined, abuse is inevitable. This is the main reason people just mess up with CVs. You tell persons, okay, send me your CV. Somebody met me and said, sir, please, can you help me get a job or recommend me to companies and that. I asked the person, what kind of job are you looking for? The person said, any job that comes, I can take. That's a purposeless request. And the same way the CV becomes, the person's CV has no purpose. I said, okay, let me see your CV. As I opened this CV, I was very mad. I was very angry. I'm talking about a graduate who is serving. I was very mad. I told the person, pop and play, and I'm not sure you can get a meaningful job. I'm not sure you can get a good job with this CV. Why? Because the person don't understand the purpose of his CV. A CV is meant to sell you. A CV is meant to sell you. It's your advert. Think of the CV as your one-page or multi-page advertisement. Please, I'm saying it with full seriousness, because in my journey, in my little experience, I have seen a lot of mess on CVs. Graduates who just get a CV and you say, is this person joking or what? Are you sure this person is serious? When you meet the person one-on-one, you will begin to see high level of seriousness in the person. But the CV will be communicating an unserious fellow, an unserious personality. Why? Because he doesn't understand the purpose of his or her CV. Your CV should be able to sell you as one who is valuable, professional, and intentional. Everything about your CV should be professionally crafted. Don't just look at a CV and then you go to a cyber cafe and you give person 100 naira, 200 naira, tell the person prepare a CV for me, and the person go to Microsoft Office and take out one old template, a Microsoft Office template, resume template, CV template, and then put in something and just give it to you, and you will be running head basket, applying and nothing is happening. This is simple because you treated it lightly, and that CV can only get you basic jobs that are not high paying jobs that are not really good jobs. Well, I know why I'm talking about good jobs. So the purpose of a CV is to get you interview calls, and that is why it's your core advertisement tool. Please make no mistake about that. That's why it must sell outcomes, results, and fit for the role. It must sell you as someone who is ready, someone who is result oriented, someone who has value, someone who can help the organization. I always tell my audience this: every organization is selfish. Like every individual is selfish. You are always a very powerful experience you can carve into a compelling experience. But most times when I edit CVs, when I read some of these things, some CVs, especially fresh graduates after their service year, when I review their CVs, I begin to see some will say, thought I to call you for an interview. That please let me know if you can hear me now. If we are good. If we are good, drop in the chat so that if we are good, let me know. You are not the only one. In Kiruka. I think I'm having the same challenge, but I think we are back now. Let me know, please. Are we good? Let me know. Let me know if you are stable now. I need to be sure. I need to be sure that we are stable now, please. Now, please. All right, Zenab. Okay. the purpose of a CV. That's where we are. Now, instead of you to just write out your duties, instead of you writing out your duties in this boring manner, you don't, I have seen a lot of CVs like this. Why not craft it out and give it a measurable achievement? Remember, look at how this is being crafted, designed and executed cross-brand social media strategy that increased engagement by 62% and grew followers by 18,000 in 10 months. This is a measurable achievement. This is a strong achievement. Instead of saying you manage social media account for 3 brands, show what you have done, show measurable achievement, show stuff, put figures, put data. Data speaks volume. Data speaks more than words. Put data, speak data. Data is, in fact, data has more convincing power. When you show measurable achievement, you are not just telling recruiters what you do, you are telling them you are one who measure your growth, who measure your achievement, who has growth potentials. Not just manage social media account for brand. What happened? Did you succeed? Did the account grow? Were you able to bring a positive change to the company brand or what have you? But when you now go down to talk about how you did it, what you did, and the outcome, the result that comes out of it, that's how you package your CV for a purpose of getting you job interview. That's how you now package your CV for a purpose of getting you job interview. Now, in doing that, I always tell my audience, my students, I teach them to use the STAR formula. That's what we call the STAR formula. Those of you in interview, you might have been taught the STAR approach. Some might only teach you STAR approach in interviews. That you use the STAR approach in interview when you are being asked some situational questions. You use the STAR interview, the STAR approach, the STAR formula, state a situation, state what you did, the task you handled, how you did it, and the result that came at the end of the day. Some persons might have taught you that in interview, but most persons might have not taught you this in writing your CVs. That when you are writing your duties and responsibilities, you write it as an achievement. And in carving out your achievement, you state a situation, you state what you did, and you state the task you handled, and how you did it, what you did, and the result that comes with it. You see, you designed and executed. That's an action. What task? You manage social media brand. A social media brand. And then is a situation that enhances engagement. The result is that it grows followers by 18,000 in 10 months. What's the situation? Engagement, having to increase engagement. The action you took is that you designed and executed a social media strategy. So the recruiter might, okay, if it's a marketing job, let's know the strategy that this guy used. Let's invite him to know the strategy he used to grow followers to 18,000. It enhances, it sparks curiosity. While you are telling what you did, it also sparks curiosity. So you use the STAR formula. Or in most cases, what I call the ATR, action, task, and result. In a case where you can't cover a situation, you use ATR. I'm still going to get to that. Action, task, and result. That's the format you use to cover a compelling achievement. Stop writing your duties and responsibilities. Stop writing what you did. write minutes, attend to customers, handle cash, record inventories, and that what have you. No, stop writing what you did. Turn those experiences into a measurable achievement by using the STAR formula or the ATR formula. Please, I'm pleading with us this night. Very important. I'm tired of seeing CVs that lacks substance. I'm tired of seeing CVs that lack substance. Every month I see CVs. Virtually every month I review CVs. I'm tired of seeing CVs that lack substance. Start making your CV to be compelling and loaded. Please, very, very important. So example, led and coordinated 5 teams instead of saying that you manage you manage teams for the you use action words. Led and coordinated 5 teams to launch a cross-functional product. That's an action. That's an action. Area represent an action with a go-to-market plan. That's a situation. To capture new market segments, that's a task, resulting in $350,000 in revenue in first quarter. That's a result. That's a result. So whenever you are writing your experience section, your work experience section, don't begin to say work history. I don't really like using the word work history. You are trying to write a history. Work experience. What are the experiences you have? You turn those experiences into a very compelling achievements. Those duties, those responsibilities, those tasks you handled in that work, in that volunteer job, during your service year, during your internship, during the time you help your parents in their businesses. These are non-conventional experiences that entry jobs, fresh graduates use to make their CV to be attractive. I'm still going to get to that either today or in our next section on this. Mostly for entry jobs, I see fresh graduates saying I don't have the experience. But when I begin to audit them, when I begin to ask them certain questions, they begin to see they have non-conventional experiences that they can package into becoming a compelling experience that can end an interview. Your experience as a leader in your CDS, as a leader in that group, in your church, in your mosque, as a leader in an association, those experiences you can carve out a compelling achievement from there to becoming a compelling statement in your CV. Very important. So you can say, let this an example, led and coordinated 5 teams to launch cross-functional product, that's an action, with a go-to-market plan, that's a structure, that's a situation rather, to capture a new market segment, that's a task. And then it did so result in revenue in first quarter, that's a result. Your CV has to anchor based on this narrative. You need to plan your CV that the purpose of carving it out is to sell your narrative, no longer just to tell your story or not to begin to. No, it's not your biography. You are not writing your biography. You are writing a marketing document. You are writing an advertisement and a marketing document, a sales document. Very, very important. Now, having established that, what's recruiter's mindset? What are in the mind of the recruiter? So you know, when you understand what the recruiter is looking for, or what are in the mind of recruiters, you will know what to do. You will know how to set up your CV. You will know how to structure your CV, how to structure your resume, how to structure your cover letter in order to speak the recruiter's mind. in order to ensure that he navigates the recruiter's challenge. So in talking about that in recruiter's mindset is just first understand. You need to understand that every recruiter don't want to spend much time on your CV. So you need to make your CV easy for them to understand. Don't make your CV look so ambiguous. Don't make your CV look so uncoordinated, look so scattered. We don't know where to look for to get the information we are looking for. Too much of design. Most of us now, too much of design is killing us. What makes a CV so powerful is simplicity and professionalism. Simplicity and professionalism. Recently, one of my friends, a young friend, forwarded a CV to me that he wants to use to apply. Immediately I looked at this CV. I didn't even go to read. I didn't even bother reading other things. I tell him quickly, go and delete that picture. That picture you put on that CV, go and delete it. He just sent the CV with his picture on the CV, and I didn't even bother reading down. And I said, in fact, go and remove that picture. And immediately from the structure I sent in, I tell him, okay, I will forward you a sample of CV that you can use to structure your CV rightly. Recruiters don't want to waste time. So you need to understand that this is one thing in the mind of the recruiter. They don't want any prospective employer that will make any prospective application that will waste them time. Have that at the back of your mind. So because they often spend few seconds, we often spend 2 seconds to scan your CV first. When we scan your CV first within 7-10 seconds and we can't get meaningful information in this CV, there is a high possibility, there is a high chances of throwing that CV away. Especially when there is more influx in application. There is a high possibility of scrubbing that CV away. So make the structure the CV in such a way that when a recruiter picks it up, he can scan it within seconds and get key information he or she is looking for. And those information should be pressing, and then he can now go ahead and give your CV up to 30 seconds, up to a minute, or 45 seconds to read through. So recruiters often spend only few seconds on a first scan, and that is the first rule of your CV passing interview. Let your CV pass the first 7 to 10 second scan of every recruiter. Let your CV pass the first 7 to 10 seconds of every recruiter's first scan. What are they? They look for fast signals that tell them this candidate could fit. That's what they're looking for. So when they got that signal, when they got that words, that's what are those signals? Your professional summary. What are those signals? Your achievements. What are those signals? Your skill set. When they can be able to immediately scan your CV within the first 7 to 10 seconds, and those things caught their eyes, then you have passed the first hurdle. You have passed the first hurdle. So design your CV to pass that scan. That is what, first, understand this mindset of the recruiter. First, understand this mindset of the recruiter. Design that CV to pass the first hurdle. I want that to sink, because in CV writing, it's not all about designing your CV. It's not about putting graphics, designing and all that. We are going to see what those things is doing to our CV. And when you send it out, it's not coming back. It's not coming back with positive results. And you begin to wonder. We are going to see why those design doesn't work. We are going to see why it doesn't work as we progress. Now, what do recruiters scan first? What do they scan first? What are they looking for? What are they looking for first from your CV? When they scan, that first scan they are scanning, where do they give most priority? Where do they give most priority? Most people will not tell you this, but your CV, the title of your CV. Most recruiters look first at the title of your CV. And what are they looking for on the title of your CV? Who are you and your location? I'm talking to professionals now. Those who already have a niche, those who already have a career path. Who are you and your location? Most jobs these days are very, very careful for location. Most recruiters, first of all, give preferential treatment to CVs that are in the same location as the company. So when you are writing your CV, ensure that your location bears the same location of the company. That is where networking is very important. If you have your friend, if you have your relative, if you have your uncle, your cousin, a friend who is living in that location, call the individual, call the person, please sir, please ma, I'm submitting a CV to this company in this location. I want to use your location as my location address. Simple. When a recruiter takes up your CV, the first place he scans is the title. And what does he look for? Is this person a digital marketer? Is this person a HR? Is this person a data scientist? Is this person a software developer? If they are looking for a software developer, and they look in your CV, they want to see Chinedu Franklin, data scientist. If I'm applying for a data analyst job, if I'm applying for a data scientist job, data analyst, I can say data analyst slash management consultant or slash recruitment specialist or slash talent acquisition specialist, depending anyone I want to use to blend the two. Or a data analyst slash AI productivity expert, depending on the one I want to use as a blend. So when they see my name, they see who I am on the title, and they see my location. Let's say the job is in Lagos. I'm not based in Lagos, but I call a friend of mine or a relative or a friend of mine who is in Lagos and use his Lagos location and send to the company. They say, okay, he's in this location and the so person. Wow, that's first impression. It cuts that first impression. So note that now one of the first places the recruiters goes to look for in your CV is first your title. Your title. Not your name is irrelevant. It's who you are. On the title, who you are. Your name is irrelevant. And then the location. Then after that, the next area they look for is your current role and your employer. There are jobs that before they call you for interview, I have seen a place before they call persons for interview, they contacted their previous employers to know who that person is. Do you know this person? Can you speak for this person? He uses this he puts you on the on our this person applied to an organization and you are his previous employer. What can you say about this person? That's why I always encourage my students, whenever you want to leave an organization, don't leave it on a wrong note. Don't think you are leaving, nothing again. No, don't leave it on a wrong note. Leave on a positive note. If the company says their disengagement policy is that you give them 1 month notice, drop that 1 month notice, and then do a proper handover. Do what it requires of you, that tomorrow you can still even come to the organization and see friends. Job, what didn't end, it doesn't end. No matter what you think the organization does to you, don't leave the organization on a wrong note. Please, there are some jobs that will require for us to know what your previous employer is talking about you. Live on a good note. This, who is what current role is he on, and who is his previous employers. That's on that. Then the summary, your professional summary. What is he saying? Is it something very powerful? Is it something very engaging? Is it something very compelling? Is it something very persuasive? Does he sell value? Or does he say someone who is looking to, or does he say about someone who is looking for where to learn and in where to learn and grow his skills? These are some things that people are, some especially fresh graduates are putting on. A fresh graduate who is either hardworking at this, an opportunity where I can contribute to the company and also grow my skill. What are you contributing? What are you bringing to the table? You should tell us what you are contributing, not what you want to no, yes, we can bring you in, but what are you bringing to the table? So that's the next area the recruiters look for. Your professional summary. And we have talked about what your professional summary is. It's your sales pitch. It's your elevator pitch. So within slight seconds, it speaks powerfully to the recruiter. The next one is your recent job titles and dates, so that to know whether there is a gap, there is a job gap in your career path, whether there is a gap, maybe if that gap is justifiable. I will teach us certain tricks as we progress to handle if you have some gaps. If you have some job gaps in your dates, in your job dates and that, I will show us some little tricks to maneuver such gaps. Let's say you finish service 1 year, 2 years, you haven't gotten any job. That's a gap. After service year, you have stayed 2 years, 1 year, 3 years, you haven't gotten a job. That's a gap. How do you navigate it? How do you navigate it? All right, that is another area the recruiters look for. That's another, the scan. That's another area, the scan. Then, what are the skills / personal attributes? Here, both the hard skills and the soft skills. Both the hard skills and the soft skills. In fact, I was talking with one of the top recruiters in the industry. He tells me, and he said, Mr. Franklin, when I employ, I look more for soft skills than hard skills. But job seekers, fresh graduates don't understand. They don't know this. Most employers, they look more for soft skills than hard skills. Hard skills we can easily teach you, but soft skills are not easily transferable. Why? Because your personality can come in between. So if we want one who has strong integrity, that's a good attribute. One who has strong integrity, one who strong integrity, listening ability, All right, we are going to stop here. We had have some network glitches and some technical challenges. Some network glitch and technical challenges. We are going to stop here. The part 2 will come up. We will announce when the part 2 will come up. We apologize for that technical challenges and network glitch. We apologize for that. The technical challenges and network glitch, we just fixed it now, and we just fix it now, and time will not permit us to continue. So we are going to stop here. The next section will be announced. If you are yet to join the Soluma Career Hub, Soluma Career Success Hub community, you can join, and then the announcement will be made on the community. If you are not, stay tuned on this channel. The section will be scheduled very soon, and the announcement will be made. Thank you for being part of this section this night. I believe you learned something new. I believe you learned something new this night. I believe so. So it's on that note, we will wrap up to next section. I remain your facilitator, your host, Mr. Franklin. See you in the next